Well, hello, coffee time friends. It is coffee time. It's time to get started. We're going to cook a little supper. Doing things a little different tonight. I'm going to tell you what we're up to. So, I'm going to make sweet Vidalia cornbread. Now, this is not Vidalia onions I'm using. They're just these sweet onions. But, anyhow, it's sweet onion cornbread. And I'm going to make this up a little ranch. Why am I making ranch with cornbread? Good question. I am going to do another video after this video. And I'm going to do pinto bean and cornbread layered salad. And so with both of those things will take a few minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the cornbread. We're going to let it bake. I'll show you the finished product on that. We're going to end this video. And then we'll come back with another one. So when you're watching it on replay, it won't be a long, drawn-out video. We can't pause, so we have to do something. So that's what we're going to do. Hope y'all are remembering today is Good Friday and what that stands for. And getting ready for family. That's one reason I was making this cornbread salad, this layered cornbread salad with pinto beans, because it's a great family gathered around, eating at different times, kids coming in. It's a good, you don't have to serve it hot. It's delicious. You can put it in the refrigerator. People can drag it in and out. It's a wonderful, I've got company all weekend kind of salad. So we're going to start, though, with our cornbread. Mama is here. Mama is finishing up a project in there. And she said, go ahead. You got to get that cornbread done. I'll see you in a minute. Mama's strict. Now, you all going to catch Mama in her busy season. In the winter, she don't do a whole lot because it's cold. But now the weather's broke a little bit. Mama's all about projects. And, of course, she has her spring projects. So she's wrapping up what she's finishing. And then she's going to join us. So she's back from her trip. She had a wonderful time. She did go to hey, well, that onion's got a spot. Looks like it goes all the way through there. Let's see how much we'll get out of it. I may have to get another one. She went to the theater. I'll let her tell you about it when she comes in here. But she enjoyed it, and they had a good time. You know, that's what you go on trips for with your friends, is to have a great time and laugh and chat and talk and forget about your troubles. I don't own any rights to that tune. If I get in trouble for singing a little bitty part up there. So, I'm going to cut this onion as close as I can to some rings. Just, I'm going to set that one. But I'm going to cut this. So, y'all come right down here to the chore board for just a second. If you hear a noise over there, I'm brewing some coffee on the stove. I have already drank a pot today. Yes, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm going to drink, I made back a half a pot. And if that don't do me tonight, I will do another one. I don't have to get up in the morning. So I'm okay. I'm going to try to cut these sort of thin. Sort of thin. Nothing too major. I'll save him for a minute. I want some good thin slices is what I'm trying to get here. But not too thin. That looks like the last one I'm going to get. And I think that'll be about right anyway. So, for these parts, I'm going to chop these up. Because I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them in my cornbread. Yes, in the cornbread. It's wonderful if you've never done sweet Vidalia cornbread or sweet Texas Pete cornbread, wherever you're, not Texas Pete, Texas onion, sweet Texas onion. It's delicious. But the last time I made it, I decided I'm going to, next time, chop me up some onion and put in my cornbread. So, that's what I'm going to do. So, I want that flavor all the way through. Okay? All the way through. Because it'll be tasty that way. I want to taste that onion. Kind of like a big old hush puppy, kind of. But it's got a better taste. And I'm going to use this cornbread. Part of it anyway. My coffee's about perked. I'm going to use part of this cornbread in our next video, in our cornbread salad. Okay, so that's just what we're up to. If you want to stick around for both videos, the other one will be on right after this one goes off. So just hang on, we'll be right back. And if you think I ain't got time to spend all evening watching John and Mama cook, then you say, well, I'll catch that on replay later, and that's great too. But that way I'll have two. Somebody may not be interested in this cornbread, but they want to see the cornbread salad, the layered salad. So that way they'll have two videos to watch. Anyhow, we're going to try this, see how that works out for us. We've tried different stuff in the past that didn't work. Different microphones, different setups. It's all trial and error, folks. This is real life. And fortunately or unfortunately for you all, we drag you all right along with us. Easily know, John. Every time we turn around, you're doing something. Oh. Now, I've got my skillet in the oven over there on 350. It's been in there about, it's time to, it's not smoking yet, but it's getting warm, I'm sure, because it's on preheat. So that's the onion. Let's quickly make up our cornbread. Now, this is just standard cornbread, but I am going to put the onions in there. So, I'm going to put a good, healthy cup of cornmeal. That's what I like to do. Good, healthy cup. And I'm going to put a little flour in it because I do want it to be, I want it to pop up there a little bit. I want it to rise. This is just White Lily self-rising flour, because somebody will ask. And that's a good 3/4 cup. Now, you're going to need some buttermilk. Hold on just a second. I'm going to go ahead and turn my coffee off. I'm going to leave it on the hot burner. Let it be doing its thing, and let me check my hot skillet. I guess it's hot. He's hot. Ooh, he's hot. I'm going to leave my oven on. Yes, he's hot. Ooh, he's smoking. He's moving. You didn't get your buttermilk, John. Come on now. Get with it. I don't have a lot of buttermilk, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little water in here. Because I'm going to add water to it. And then I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit of sweet milk, which is just plain old milk. Okay? So, into this goes, that skillet's good and hot, I feel it on my arm. Into this goes my buttermilk. Let me get me a spatula here. Cornmeal, flour, buttermilk. You can put an egg in it. I do sometimes I don't. You do you, because some people are allergic to eggs. Some people can't have them even in something. Some people, but you don't have to. You don't have to put egg in it. This is just standard cornbread, except it's going to have onion in it. How many of y'all are saying, ooh, you're messing up some good cornbread, John? Let me raise y'all up, because I don't know where you can see or can. Alright, let's come down a little. I want y'all to see all this action. So, these are my slices. I'm going to lay them right there, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my Vidalia onion in my cornbread right here. Now, I'm not going to put, let's put it off, because it was just a little end piece. It wasn't even a whole onion. When you chop it, sometimes it's a little deceiving, because you think, boy, that's a lot. But that really ain't a lot. It's not even a half a cup. It's going in there, and I'm mixing it in good. I'm going to say, if you like hush puppies, other than a little garlic that I could put in here, this is about like a hush puppy. This is about like a hush puppy. with the. Do y'all want to put garlic in it? Do you all want me to just go that next step? All right, let's lay our onions. Now this is hot, real hot. Okay. So let's lay our onion pieces in there, just like this. As you see, I'm just kind of peeling them apart, placing them in there. These are going to show, so you want them to show well. Don't stick your finger in that grease, John. I won't. If Mama was in here, she'd have instructions for me. So I'm just going to lay these onion pieces in here. You can lay them whole. You could just put a whole ring in there, but you're going to have some gaps and places and spaces. So I'm just wringing it out in there, basically. Just like this. And you're going to taste this onion. It's going to be a good thing, as they say. I really figured it would sizzle a little bit more, but it had cooled off just enough not to. So there's our onion in there. Y'all can see that. I would hold that up, but honestly, it's hot. This is our cornbread. I'm going to put just a dash of vitamin D, sweet milk, just to loosen it a little bit more. It's full of onions too, chopped onions. This is good if you're eating pinto beans. It's good just for supper. You can replace your cornmeal, your cornbread with this cornbread anytime. I stir it up every once in a while. I get in the mood for it. But the last time I made it for you all, I didn't put any onions in it. Alright, so now I'm going to just pour this cornmeal, or this cornbread mix right in here on top of that. Just like this. Clean it out good, folks. This stuff costs way too much to leave it in the bowl and wash it down the drain. And spread it all over the counter, John. That don't help nothing either. Okay. So there's our corn bread. The oil is hot. It didn't sizzle because I let it sit there a second. But it will as soon as I put it back in there because it's ready. It's ready to go. Hold on 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Let's put it in the oven. I'm going to reset my time. The time is about right. And I'm going to turn on the convection to blow. And I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to warm up my coffee a little bit. This is a stovetop percolator. And, best coffee in the world, folks. I guess y'all have seen a stovetop percolator in action before. If you haven't, I don't care to make some with y'all. Sometimes, if you're interested in that. It's such a second nature thing to me. I don't even think about showing anybody how to make stovetop coffee because I'm always making it and thinking, everybody makes coffee. But some people just use the drip, I guess, don't you? Let's see what y'all are saying. We'll take a minute. We've got about 20 minutes till the cornbread will be done. Let's sip a little coffee before we start a ranch. Good coffee. She's still in Virginia. No. Catherine, she's not still in Virginia. She's right here. She's going to be here in just a second. She's finishing up a project, probably fixing her hair. They're not frozen here. Oh, you're in Michigan. Oh, hey, John. Hey, Pat. Now, Mama's here. She's fine. She had a great trip yesterday. She got back right. No, I was supposed to say right after we ended the show. I guess it was 9:30 or something before she come dragging in. Don't judge her. She was with a whole group of people. Don't tell her I said that or I'll get in trouble. Alright. let's do a little ranch. You want to? This ranch is not this. I started to say this ranch is not for this cornbread, but really it is, because I'm gonna use a good portion of this component of cornbread in my cornbread salad on the next video. I'm telling you, folks, coffee makes the world go round. This is what I'm using. This is y'all's ranch. I couldn't have turned that any different. It'd been longer, could I? This is the brand. Go over to y'all brands and look this up. Here's the recipe. It's right here on the back. And it reads, try this. Use equal parts of milk and mayo to make your own homemade ranch dressing. This will make 8 ounces of dressing, 1.5 tablespoons of ranch seasoning, and 1/2 cup of milk, and 1/2 cup of mayo. Whoo, boy, that's hard, ain't it? That's the easiest ranch recipe you'll ever see. So let's go ahead and start. Do I need to measure? Do y'all feel better when I measure? Let's do our measurements tonight. This is 1/2 cup of milk. This is not buttermilk. This is vitamin D sweet milk straight out of the refrigerator. There's no label. Yeah, there it is. Just plain old sweet milk. What we call sweet milk in the South. I don't know if everybody calls it sweet milk. Around here, if you had cows, they called it sweet milk and buttermilk. And that's your 2 milks choices. So, if it wasn't buttermilk, it was sweet milk. So, 2% milk, skim milk, vitamin D milk, whole milk, whatever you want to call it. Those are all referred to here as sweet milk. This is the part I don't like to measure. I'd much rather just glob it in there. Wouldn't you? Do y'all carry on and measure, or do you all just kind of like, we'll just put a little in here? I mean, that. So there's your 1/2 cup of Duke's mayonnaise. Now, you don't have to use Duke's. You can use whatever you like. But we use Duke's most of the time for dressings. We like JFG. I've got reintroduced to JFG mayonnaise. Like it great. Love it, really. I mean, someone sent us one, and I hadn't tried it in years. Mama says she used to buy it all the time. I don't remember us having it, but I was a kid. I wasn't looking at labels. If we had mayonnaise or salad dressing, I was pretty well okay with it. Let me get my whisk here. My favorite whisk. And we'll finish this up with a whisk. But I do remember JFG salad dressing my whole life, and thank you for all y'all have sent some for my birthday. I mean, it was like, really and truly, it was one of the... Oh, how simple can you be, John? It was one of my best birthdays in recent years because I got JFG salad dressing. I told Mama, I said, how pathetic are you when just getting some salad dressing that you thought you'd never see again makes you that happy? Mama said, well, you love it. I said, I know. And I thought I'd never see it again. And then here it comes in, and we've got like, was it 6 jars y'all sent? I mean, I can eat it now and know that I'll have some when tomatoes come on. I really did have that one that someone had sent in the vault in there. I call it the vault, but it was on a shelf, and I put the little sticky note, save for tomatoes, so we wouldn't grab it. I do love tomatoes that good, folks. So now my milk and my mayonnaise is all together here, one big happy family. Let's read our instructions, but there's only one thing left, and that's it. So I'm just reading this for y'all because I make this all the time, and I don't measure nothing. 1/2 cup of milk and 1/2 cup of mayo, and 1.5 tablespoons of this. Do y'all want me to measure that too? You do, don't you? All right, let me see if I can find a tablespoon. My mama is the Tupperware lady, and I've lost her measuring spoons. Do you know what happens if you lose your mama's measuring spoons? I found them. You don't want to know. So I'm not going to use a half. I'm going to use a whole one. I mean, I'm going to use a half, but I'm not going to use a half measure. I'm going to use a whole one. And y'all just have to trust me that this is about a half of one. Okay. Now, you can add more if you want to. This is just a recommended recipe. This is, I don't know how they make it. I have used different ranches, but honest to goodness, like I told you, one of my friends said, do you really think it's the best you ever had? They hadn't tried it. I said, I really do. And I make the best consistency of ranch that I've ever made in my life. Okay. Now, as I'm looking at this, and I know what I'm going to do with it, this will be plenty enough for a salad, but I'm going to double it because I want this for my cornbread, and I want plenty of it because I want it to go. I do more than what they recommend on the cornbread salad because I want it to be down in the bottom. I don't want it just to hang out on the top. I want it to be all the way down there. Folks, I'm not measuring that much again because that's trust me, that's the right amount. And I'm going to go ahead and measure your milk in this mayonnaise mess. So this is what you can do too. You think, oh, that's not enough. 8 ounces isn't what I need. You cannot put the salad dressing, the mayonnaise lid on the milk. Why do you pick that up? You can make this over and over. You can go ahead and know in the beginning and say, cup of milk, cup of mayonnaise, 3 tablespoons of ranch. That's what I should have probably done that time. Because I want plenty. I want plenty to pour over my cornbread salad. This should be enough. If it isn't, it's not hard. I'll mix up a little bit more. Now, as this sets, it'll thicken and thicken. It don't get too thick, but it gets just right. But it's just perfect. And I don't have to add, I don't have to put sour cream. I don't have to worry, well, does it need a little bit of this seasoning or that seasoning? I could make a good ranch before, but I had to mess with it a lot. And I try to follow the package, and I always was depending on what it was, or if my buttermilk was thicker or thinner. I don't have to worry about that now. Now this just gets set aside here, and all we're going to do now is wait on our cornbread, so y'all can see it. And it's like says it likes 11 more minutes. Can y'all hang out 11 more minutes with us? Ours is Miracle Whip in West Virginia. Is it, Tammy? I have tasted Miracle Whip. I've got a friend who loves Miracle Whip sandwiches as good as I love JFG salad dressing sandwiches. But I don't care for it as much. I just don't really care for it as much. Mama will probably be in here in just a few. I don't think she'll be much longer, Kim. Let me see if I can holler for her. Hey, Mama!
Yeah.
There she is. You coming in? She said, yeah, just another second. Hello, Miranda. Happy Easter. Hey, Janet. Happy Easter to you, too. Good evening, Diane. Yeah, it's Good Friday. Kathy is watching. Well, hey, Kathy. How are you? Hey, John and Mama from Washington. What size skillet are you using? I think it's a 10. But it wouldn't matter. If you use a larger one, you just have a little bit thinner cornbread. If you use a smaller one, you have a lot thicker cornbread. That recipe would work in either several size skillets. This is our medium-sized cornbread skillet. We have a large one if we have a lot of family. But a lot of times, Mama will just make this one and make a couple of them because she likes this size the best. Love Miracle Whip, but mayo is different. Mayo is different. Oh, yes. Someone told me that JFG salad dressing was kind of like Miracle Whip. It would be a good... I don't taste the same taste in it. I don't know. It's a whipped... it does have some sugar in it where mayo doesn't. So I do know there's that much difference. But we're down to 9 more minutes, so we'll see. JFG salad dressing to me is just a distinct taste. I love it. JFG, if you're out there watching, please don't ever stop making that. If you do, send me a truckload before you do. Happy Easter, Gina. How are you? Happy Easter to all and blessings. Hey, Wanda. Hey, Joyce. I have a recipe for cornbread. Ooh, that went so quick. It does that sometimes. For cornbread and Vidalia onions that I have not made, but maybe I will if I ever cook it. Well, this is what I'm making. This is not Vidalia onion because someone sent us to us and they're a Texas sweet onion. I think Vidalia onion is maybe next month is when you'll get those. And Vidalia onions is kind of like other things. It's because it comes from the place Vidalia. So that's the difference. Happy Easter, John and Mama. From Nova Scotia. Hello, Jerry. How are you? Well, there comes Mama. Mama, was you fixing your hair? Will you check that cornbread while you're right there?
No, I'm not. Does it need fixing? I ain't done brushing.
No. I told him he was working on a project. I thought you were still in Virginia.
No, I made it home last night.
What time you come dragging in here late?
It's 9 something, I think.
9 something, she said. I believe it was like almost 10 o'clock.
No, it wasn't hardly that late, I don't
I believe it was.
We had to change our route.
Mama, let them see you so they know you're real.
Real. Oh, yeah.
You had to change your route.
Well, they notified the driver there was something going on the interstate or the roads, and so he changed the route. And,
oh, so a wreck or something.
yeah.
Okay.
So instead of us getting off first on our stop, he changed it till we got off last.
That wasn't a change, Mama. That was just so you all would be on there longer. He would have missed you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm afraid we might have been longer stuck in the traffic if we'd have went.
Oh, I'm sure you would have. Traffic is always an issue. Thank goodness, with modern technology, you have apps and different ones.
Notifications. I said, thankful for that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mama, I've got the cornbread in.
Mm-hmm. You're a smart fella.
And I've got the ranch stirred up.
You're a smart fella. And
you want to talk to me a little bit about this clear... I posted last night about the Tupperware. And it's on sale. And, this isn't a sales pitch. This is an information. This is to inform you all that they're out there. Because some of y'all depend on us to tell you. And I am neglectful sometimes and forget. I really do. And sometimes the director will write me and say, did you do that? No, but I will. We will. Mama will. Y'all's Ranch. That's what this is, folks. It's delicious.
Right here is the bowls. It's really a salad bowl. And
they're clear, elegant. They're clear. And they're like glass. They show like glass. When you take them somewhere, your food shows up like glass. We've used this one tons. It's one of our go-tos. You can put side dishes in them. Now, this is not the set. This is just our set. You can put salsas in them. They're wonderful for that, the little ones. And you can make this is what we eat salads out of. This is our little salad bowls.
This right here is one of the other ones.
And we use them for cookie dishes. One of y'all sent us these.
Candy and cookies and stuff, and they show through. They're so pretty.
They're beautiful. And they look like glass, folks. You can't tell me. I mean, right here's glass. This ranch is in glass. See? Glass and glass. No, plastic. Tupperware, whatever they call it. Wrestling?
Yeah. And when I want something to show and people can see and do, I put them in this a lot of times.
Peppermint candy even. Just a bag of Star Bright peppermints. Looks good in it for Christmas. Mama puts cookies in those and stacks them up. You can stack those up 2 or 3 layers. So at Christmas, when she's got different kinds of cookies and different flavors and different candies and fudges, perfect for that too. And Easter, when you have Easter cookies, beautiful Easter cookies, can't beat it. It's good. It's a good product. Yeah. If you want all the details, check out the post I made about 2 up. It was night before last. Just check out that post and you'll see the post where it shows all the details about it and everything. And underneath it is Mama's link. Mama's name is Frances Davis, folks. Frances Davis. I get messages, DMs all the time. This isn't Mama's link. It's some Frances Davis. Well, that's Mama. That's Mama. That's her name, and that's what her Tupperware is. So, Frances Davis. What we're waiting on now is to show y'all the finished product of this cornbread. Now, it's been there 20 minutes on 350, and it likes 3 more minutes. I put it in there for about 25 minutes because that's what this oven usually takes to make cornbread.
You're through with the meal and flour.
Yes, ma'am. Look at Mama's old canisters. Now, this is Tupperware. This is 50-year-old Tupperware. I guess that's a replacement lid from 100 years ago. This is the green, and here she has some blue. The blue's probably not as old as the green. Oldest. That's the oldest. But every time I go to a thrift store, I love to go to thrift stores. Like I've told you before, nothing in this house much is new except Tupperware. Every time I go to a thrift store, if they've got any of that old vintage stuff, I get it. Because it's still good. It's got a lifelong... It's here for us. Hey, John and Mama. Hey, Jeffrey Price. How are you? What's for dinner, Penny? Well, Penny, it's a weird dinner. Oh, Mama, I just thought of something. I'd like to check on those greens. We have let some more greens go bad, and I'm telling you right now, if we let another batch of greens go bad, they are going to put us on probation for Southern hospitality, because you don't let greens go bad. But what we did, we put them in another refrigerator in there. I forgot about them until I sent them yesterday, and I was afraid to look. Did they go bad? Because they've been in there about 7, 8 days, 9 days maybe. I don't know how we do it, because we got leftovers, and Mama's not big on leftovers, and I forget about them. I have the blue. Catherine, isn't it neat? I like the blue, and it's timeless. Timeless. That Tupperware is timeless. I wish Tupperware would come out with a whole vintage series, right down to the avocado green and the harvest gold. Those old colors, you know, that Mama had, that Mama had, that your big Mama had, that your granny had, you know. Because food is so relatable to our emotions. Now, you all know what I'm talking about. When you smell that smell, whatever your smell is, that takes you back to Granny's kitchen. That's the smell. You know, if it's chocolate chip cookies, if it's no-bake cookies, if it's warm cinnamon rolls that takes you back to Nana's kitchen, Granny's kitchen, that's what makes them so good. It ain't that I'm craving, oh, here we go. This is the big test. Mama, they look good. And they've been in this. This is another Tupperware product. This is the glass. Now, this does not look like glass. This is glass. You can bake in these. You can microwave in these. And you can freeze in these. And this is ice cold. I'm going to take a little sample here. Let's see if that... I don't think they're good, Mama. Well, it's happened. The Southern authorities will be here to issue us our warning, I'm sure, when you let this many greens go bad. This is our second offense. Don't let this happen to you and your family. I think they taste a little unfresh. See what you think. They don't smell. They don't have mold. They just don't taste like a good fresh green. They've got that almost sour taste. It's not bad, but it's just that This cannot happen again. I love greens. I swore that I'd never let any more go bad because we let the first little ones go bad. It was just them little bitty one, tiny ones. We just had a little mess of them. These I did eat out of them 3 times. I ain't gonna lie. And I put those back in there, and I forgot them. They got behind. They got behind some stuff in there. You couldn't see what was in them. Sad. Well, I ain't gonna let no coffee go bad. I know that. But anyway, cornbread, pinto beans. I'm just using Lux Can in the next video, so you'll see them. Now our cornbread says it's got 1 more minute.
I turned it up because it wasn't brown. 2 more minutes. That's why it says 1 minute.
Okay. All right. So Mama increased it. I thought, boy, that's been a long 9 minutes. Is it done, Mama?
Well, that's brown enough for you.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, my word. When she opened that oven, that smell.
Of onions come up brown.
Ooh, not a bad smell of onions. Wonderful smell of delicious cooked onions. Let's watch her flip it out here, Mama. Give us the old flip. Oh. 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 People, you've got to try this just for the smell. If this were an air freshener, I'd want it in my vehicle. Look at that. Now, you can place them in there different. I stacked mine, remember, on the bottom, so they're pretty thick up in there. They're up in there that much. Oh, my word. This smells so good. It's not a bad onion smell. It's that sweet onion smell and that cornbread. It's all together. Now, you can do this same little experiment with your Jiffy. Do you hear our wild schnauzer? Folks, the moon has been full. And I think Maggie's turned into a werewolf. Mama has tore up yesterday. Now, I'm not going to lie about it. It's Mama's fault. Mama wasn't here yesterday. And all evening, she did that right there looking for Mama. But Mama's back. But now, all day today, she's tormented Mama by being at her feet, walking every step she's made. And the fact that Mama's came in here, now Maggie's like, is she leaving? Is she going out the door? She don't want Mama to leave. And that's the reason we can't leave her alone. That's the reason, somebody, if Mama's not here, we try to get somebody to come stay with her. If we go to church or anything, we try to get somebody to be here because she is tore all to pieces, isn't she, Mama?
Yeah. Some days she don't bother me a bit. And the other day, though, she was at my feet and legs all day. She
loves me, without a doubt. And she carries on awful when I come in. But she's so used to me being gone, it don't bother her when I'm gone. Mama's always here, like 95% of the time. And when Mama's not here, Maggie is torn all to pieces.
I get all of that.
Yes, ma'am. Maggie's torn all to pieces. She can't be consoled. I can pet her. She won't let you hold her. But I can do all I can do. But she won't have it. It's like, okay, you've done that. Now where's my mom? She's like a toddler. There's the inside of it. Y'all really can't see because it's just the onion's kind of clear. But look at the hair. So she's like, yeah, now you've done that stuff, but where's my mom? You take me outside. Okay, that's great, but where's mom? You can't, and if you take her outside, she runs straight to the garden. I ain't kidding. Straight to the garden. Is Mama out here? And nobody told me. It's the whole gamut with her. But Mama has to go sometimes, don't you, Mama?
Yeah.
You want to taste this?
Just a little tiny piece.
We're going to use this for our next video. Mama, it's not brown, but that's good. It could be browner, but...
I asked you if you wanted it browner.
Well, my eyes wanted it browner.
But your heart wanted it.
But my heart wanted the cornbread.
I know.
It's kind of like a kid waiting for cookies to be baked. Just give me the raw dough. I don't want to wait for that baking part. It's like when the little boy sent us that recipe for macaroni and cheese, and he said cook it for 40 hours. To him, it felt like 40 hours, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Mama?
It's good.
Is it like a big old hush puppy?
Kinda.
Okay, let me get your opinion. So, the first time I made it with just onions on bottom.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I made it with just the onions on just the bottom. This time I chopped them up and put them all through it.
You can taste it through it.
You'd rather have them all through it?
Yeah, a little different.
Yeah, we like it all through it. So put you some rings on the bottom, but chop you up some in the middle. Okay? So there it is, folks. There's that delicious Vidalia cornbread. Ours is delicious sweet onion cornbread. And here's our delicious ranch. Look at there. It's just, I mean, it's delicious. And I'm going to use that right now in a minute on another project. So for now, you folks who are done your limit and you're like, come on, let's hurry this up. We're going to say goodbye.
Get off from here.
We're going to say goodbye. You're going to see us in the next video in the same clothes because I ain't changing. And we're going to make our cornbread layered salad. I don't even know really what to call it. I used to call it cornbread and pinto bean layered salad. Maybe that's what I'll call it.
Salad, maybe.
Well, cornbread salad is a different thing.
Oh.
It's using a casserole. This is those layers. Cornbread, beans, purple onion. You all know the one I'm talking about. Whole kernel corn.
Is this the one Donna makes, ain't it?
Kind of like hers, yes. And you can put the layer of ranch. You put some chopped tomatoes. Now, folks, if you got a lot of folks coming in tonight, tomorrow, and you're going to think, oh, I don't know what to feed them, fix this salad, put it in a big old bowl, put it in the refrigerator, put some saran wrap over it, let them drag it in and out all day long tomorrow and eat it, and they'll love it. And it's good, and it'll set 2 days and get even better. And then you won't have to worry about trying to cook Easter dinner and prepare something to eat every 5 minutes. You'll probably have to cook one meal tomorrow anyway for them because they won't take cornbread salad for the whole day. But it is it's like having a good potato salad or having a good macaroni salad in the refrigerator. Everybody can eat that with a sandwich. Mom and I have been thinking about and talking about our Easter dinner. So we thought we were going to have more folks. There you go. We thought we might have some folks come in, but those plans fell through. So we're going to have maybe roast, did you say?
Yeah, we can have ham, roast. Whatever.
Do you want ham, Mama?
We had ham the other day. I thought a roast would be different this year.
We might do roast, broccoli casserole, mashed potatoes. Now, come on, folks. You can eat that for Easter. Some of y'all eat ham every Easter. We normally do. But we usually get a big old ham with a bone in it. We just had that the other night. Miss Pam Clevenger and Joe sent us 2 desserts from Colonial.
Oh, yeah.
What's it called? Swiss Colony.
Yeah, Swiss Colony.
She sent us a
lemon
cheesecake, and I've already tasted it. There's no shame in my game. I've already
You've tasted of it already.
It came while you were gone, Mama, and you weren't here to tell me not to.
Oh, so that's what happened. And an apple like crumb cheesecake.
Can we step over here and talk a minute? She sent apple crumb, and I ate a piece of it too.
You did,
Mama. You weren't supposed to be over here. When I say piece, I mean it was that what I promise. Just a taste. Both pieces put together wouldn't have made a decent piece, but they're both delicious. Thank you, Miss Pam, and thank you, Joe.
Oh, thank you.
And y'all say prayers for Joe. He's doing good, but he's got some tests he's going to take, and we're just praying for a great success on those. So y'all say a prayer for Joe, and thank you, Pam, and thank you, Joe. And both are wonderful. They're wonderful. We may show you Sunday. Don't be judging. If there's a sliver or 2 gone, I may have to try another one. I ain't gonna lie. Say goodbye, Mama.
Goodbye, Mama, and God bless you and all. Bye-bye.
If you're interested, stick around. We'll be back in just a few.